Hey everybody, it's Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. How are you guys? Happy to be with you today. I am bringing you Dracula's Candy Treat Box. You can see we have a glow-in-the-dark spider up here, some glow-in-the-dark bats, my Dracula vampire, and my Boo. This is the Nested Essential Dies. We are going to have a lot of fun together. So let me show you the products that we're using today. Tricks and Treats bundle. Here's wrong ones. Oh boy, Nested Essential, not Stylish Shapes. Oh, I grabbed the wrong one out of my basket. The Nested Essential Dies. We're gonna put 3 candies in here. So this is a nice size box. It holds quite a bit, and it's a lot of fun to put together. I use the largest of the Nested Essential banner dies there. All right, let's get started. I'm going to show you how to make this cute little box. All right, so we're going to need our basic black, cardstock. All right, and it is 8.5 by 7, so it's a nice big piece. Let's do our scoring and get that part done and out of the way. Okay, so the 8.5 inch first, okay? We're gonna score this at 2, at 4, at 6, and at 8. Counterclockwise. 1/2 inch. 2 inches. And 5 inches. Okay, now I'm going to flip it back clockwise one more turn, the way it was with the 8.5 inch length up here. Okay, at the 1/2 inch, this is between 2 and 4 inches, so the 3 inch mark is the halfway. I'm just going to put a little tick mark there to just mark that little tiny spot there, and then on this one here next to the skinny tab, I'm also going to go between the 6 and the 8 to the 7. I'm not actually scoring it all the way down. I'm just putting a little notch where the 7 inch mark is, because we're going to have to do some diagonal scoring, and I will show you that in a second. So I just did a small notch right there and right there. I'm going to move my board out of the way, and I'm going to grab my ruler. Or try to anyway, without all my tools falling. Okay, so we're gonna grab that little notch right there, and I'm gonna go from that notch to the corner, just right here, okay? So right there, and I'm gonna do the other side as well. And I'll hold it up to show you in a minute. It's hard to see on black because it's so dark, but you'll be able to see when I bring it up to the camera. We're doing like a diamond or a triangle. And it's because we want the sides of the box to indent like that. And by marking it, it makes it a lot easier, especially with black cardstock. Tends to be very strong and thick. And so this will help, okay? So there's a little notch mark I made. See how I have my angled pieces from there, okay? That's all of the scoring. I'm gonna grab my bone holder because that will be next. All right, so we're gonna burnish. I'm gonna do this little 1/2 inch up here first. Ooh, this cardstock is thick. Okay. So we we have those 3 there, and then we're going to work our way down the long length, another 1/2 inch there on the side. One more. Okay, now we can't really burnish these corners, but I'm going to show you how we're going to make them listen to us. You're just going to kind of do that. Not really bending it, but just kind of getting those pieces in both directions to kind of bend. Okay, so there's our piece. We're going to do some cutting. You guys know I love to use a wide bladed scissor. All right, so on this thin side right here, this is the long, on the 8.5 inch length, there's a 1/2 inch, that the one where the triangles are, we don't want to do that. It's the one on the side, okay? So we're gonna get rid of this bottom skinny tab right here, like that, okay? And this one we're gonna keep because it's gonna be adhered, but I'm gonna angle cut this top piece, okay? Just to help with the bulk. And then we're going to also cut these bottom lines. So I like to cut on both sides of my score lines and give me a little bit of room there where there's not so much bulk. So I like to cut on both sides and basically cut the raised score mark away. One more to go, and we can start assembling our little box. Well, kind of, sort of, anyway. All right. So that's what you have so far, okay? We're gonna bring the Simply Score board back, and we're gonna score this piece. This is gonna go down this middle section, but it needs a little bit of wiggle room. It needs some room for the sides. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna keep that on that edge there, okay? And go ahead and crease it as I go along here. So I'm gonna hold that one in place, and I'm gonna crease this next one. And it's gonna shorten up my side, but it doesn't matter because it's gonna overlap, okay? And we're gonna just get that part indented a little bit, okay? Because we are gonna glue this down, but we're gonna wait until the box is all put together. And I just wanna have a little bit of room for this to wrap around my piece, okay? And let's do this last section also, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and assemble our box. So we're gonna glue this entire tab here at the top. I'm gonna get my silicone mat though, because I don't wanna make a mess. So this whole piece is gonna get glue. I'm actually gonna bring it in one. And I know it's a little hard for you guys to see, but just trust me, I'm only doing the tab. And then what I'm gonna do is bring this one to meet it. And I'm gonna just be real gentle, pressing, making sure that it fits nice. Once it's grabbed, I'm gonna go ahead and run my roller over the top. All right, so now this piece with that tab becomes the back of our box, this part here that has that angled cut piece. Remember, the two sides with the triangles are gonna be the one side and the other, the left and the right. So what you wanna do is make sure that your score marks are ready and waiting to go in, okay? So you're gonna do that. You're gonna make sure that this side is good to go. If it's not, you wanna bend that and make sure that it's ready, okay? You don't want this one to get bent, but you want the kind of those corners to tuck, okay? And that forms kind of like a spout or a milk carton top, an old kind of milk carton, okay? So the back is, I'll make sure I got the right side now that I've twisted it around 50 times. Okay, this is the back. So this is the front. So the front, this one's gonna be the last one to be glued, okay? So these sides are gonna go in first. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit of adhesive on this one. I'm gonna bring the back first and we'll square that up. And I'm gonna go ahead and hold it in place, bring my bone folder inside and push. Get that to bond. And then we're gonna do some glue on this tab and attach our final piece. Now we'll know which is the front now because the smooth end, or the side with the score mark, this is the front. The rough end that has this open area, that's the back of our box, okay? Again, I'm gonna place it down, put my bone folder inside, give it a little press. Okay, so there's our box. This is the front. So this piece here is going to attach all the way around our box like so, okay? So we need to put adhesive on all of these pieces, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and bring my DSP and I'm gonna put some down each section. And our last piece. Okay. So the back of the box gets, remember we know which is the front and the back. This is the front, okay? So the back is getting, sorry, I went completely out of camera. This little small piece is gonna go right there. It's gonna get tucked under. We're gonna slowly work our way. And you wanna make sure that the DSP is close to the bottom of the box, okay? So we're gonna, a little bit at a time, attach our designer series paper, one panel at a time. Okay, and then here's our last panel right across there. Now we're gonna take our bone folder and we're gonna start adhering all the sides, and then we're gonna trim any excess with our paper snips right on that seam, okay? Perfect. So there is our box, nice and decorated. This is the back, this is the front, okay? So now we are going to add some ribbon. So for the ribbon, we're using 16 inches of Orchid Oasis, which is our metallic ribbon, really cute and sparkly, okay? 16 inches of our Pebbled Path gray. So we're gonna start with one at a time, and we're gonna find our centers. So I'm gonna grab my points. And that's our center. So what I'm gonna do at the bottom here is I am gonna use some Stampin' Seal. And I'm just gonna move, I'm gonna hold this top section, but I'm gonna move this to the side. And I'm just gonna put just a small little bit to get it to stick, okay? And then we're gonna move that over. So I'm gonna hold it and then slide that to that center section, okay? There it is, nice. And that will hold that in place for me, okay? We're also gonna add a little bit here. It's gonna be covered. So if I get a little bit outside, it's okay. We just want to get this to hold and kind of stay in place, okay? And I'm going to do the same here. This one won't be covered, so I want to make sure that I do a good job. And if I have to wheel this up a little, I will. Okay, there we go. You don't need a lot, just enough so that the ribbon doesn't fall, okay? Now, this ribbon is going to get together with the other side. I want to make sure, yeah, that's the back. So they're going to be together here, okay? So what I would like is to put a little bit of not wet, oh my gosh, seal just on the ribbon so that when I bring it together, which actually I'm going to put the candy inside first. So I have a Reese's Franken Cup, a Reese's Pumpkin, and some Ghoul Mix M&Ms, which are in the Halloween colors. So I'm just going to open my box. I'm going to put my Franken Cup in first. Then I'm going to put my pumpkin, Reese's small. These are the snack size, the fun size, so they fit. 3 of them will fit in there. All right. Now we can attach our ribbon pieces together like that. Okay, that will hold that in place. Okay, so now we're gonna do the same thing, only this time we're gonna use the orchid ribbon, and we want to bring the 2 sides up, and we want it to run along the middle if I can. I'm gonna lift this up. Okay. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add another little bit of seal right there. Just a tiny bit, just enough to get it to adhere this second ribbon on there. And I'm going to do the same thing on the back. Okay. Just going to put a tiny bit. All right. I just need it to hold temporarily for me, okay? Because what I'm going to do next is I'm going to tie this with my twine. And so I don't know if you guys know about the Baker's Twine Essentials pack. You get 5 different colors. You get white, black, vanilla, crumb cake, and gray. Crumb cake is the one I have the most of. I don't know why. I guess because I tend to use linen thread instead of this color. But I love this twine pack. Like you can see, I really have gotten a lot of use out of it. It's fantastic, and I love that you get 5 different ones. So I've cut an 8-inch length of the gray, and what we're gonna do here is we're gonna cinch this together, okay? So I'm gonna go a little higher than the bottom because we're gonna be putting a ring over the top. Okay, just like that. See how pretty that looks when it's cinched together? I'm gonna trim these to make them pretty, but for right now I'm gonna leave them alone. And once you cinch that, you can then tie your bow. The key to tying a bow with twine so that it doesn't twirl on you is, I'm gonna lay it down so you guys can see, is to hold onto the knot when you pull it. So first you're gonna just do a loose bow, okay? Just like that. Then what you wanna do is, this tail is pretty short on this side, so it's gonna actually be pulling the opposite side. So what I wanna do is I wanna hold the knot in the middle, and I don't wanna let the twine twist, okay? So there's that one. Now I have a nice small loop. I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. Hold it and don't let the twine twist. Then I have another small loop. So now I can pull and tighten it and make my loops the size that I want them, okay? And that will seal my box. I'm gonna slide this down a little. Fantastic. We're also going to add a ring. So I got these rings at Pop Shelf. I don't know if you guys have that store near you. It's kind of like, I don't know, Dollar General and Five Below, maybe, with a little bit of Target in there, because they have groceries, they have like refrigeration, food and stuff like that, but then they have like home decor, but not that expensive, and holiday themed things as well. So I bought this. It's an entire pack of glow in the dark spider rings for $1. You can try the Dollar General. They may have them. I think Dollar General owns Pop Shelf if you don't have a Pop Shelf near you. But if not, just find yourself some glow-in-the-dark spider rings. I know that Amazon will have them. I'll try and find them and link them for you in case you guys can't find them. I'm going to put this over the top of my ribbon and slide it down. It's going to be kind of like a bolo tie. I don't know if you guys know what that is. And then I'm going to grab my stylus here and I'm going to pull my ribbon through my loops through the ring so that they show. Because, I mean, why tie the bow if it's not going to show? I'm going to grab my other loop and the last one. Come on. There you go. It's easier to tie when the spider's not on there. So obviously you want to tie it first. But how cute is this as kind of a band on your ribbon? Okay, and then the kids can take off their glow-in-the-dark spider ring. So let me fix my ribbon now that I've messed with it a few times. I want to make sure that it's nice and even and on there good. It seems to be fine. All right, so now we're going to decorate the front of our box. So for the front, we're going to use this largest of the banner. This is out of Orchid Oasis, which is the color of our purple ribbon. We have also die cut the word boo out of Smoky Slate, and I have stamped out of Memento Tuxedo Black ink on basic white cardstock the vampire and die cut him out. So here's the boo, here's the face of the, not vampire, yeah, vampire Dracula, and the nested essentials, it's the largest one of these. So those are the pieces that I've used. So we're gonna do a little decorating, a little making it cooler. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring in my scrap here. I'm gonna grab my Memento Tuxedo Black ink, and I'm gonna grab my bats. It wouldn't be Dracula without bats, right? So we're gonna go ahead and stamp bats all over this piece like a background. Isn't this so much fun? Let's see. Yeah, so there's my bat background. Kind of making like your own DSP, right? Let's clean that. And I've already stamped my Dracula. So we don't need to stamp him. I'm going to move this out of the way, but we do want to add a little bit of color. We don't want him to be stark white, but we want him to be pale. After all, he is a vampire. They're not out in the sun, so they're not very dark colored. So I'm going to grab some Petal Pink ink, and we're going to sponge some color into his face without adding too much. Okay, so we're just gonna kind of run it all around, make him very pale but not stark white. Okay, that's it for him. And we're gonna take our boo and we're going to use basic gray. And I like a little bit of like mist or shadow around my words, so I'm gonna do it around the outer edges only, okay? Leave the inside lighter colored, okay? I'll show you, I'll bring it up there. There's my boo. All right. So now we are going to switch up our little vampire, our Dracula, a little bit, okay? So I want to give him some googly eyes. And I got these, oh, a long time ago. I'm not exactly sure where I found them, but I'm sure you can find some googly eyes. These are called monster eyes. They're so cute. They come in different colored eyes. The smallest ones are purple. Then there's blue, yellow, green. So there's, oh, they're static to me. Here's the smallest. So there's 4 sizes. Aren't they cute though? It's like staticky. That blue one doesn't wanna. Anyway, those are the little eyes that I have, but you can use just regular googly eyes. Mine happen to be purple, but they're sticking to my fingers. They're very staticky. It's so funny. I've had them for a while, like I said, but any googly eyes, or you don't have to put them if you don't want. I just wanted to change him up a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some adhesive to the eye area. I'm going to have to redraw his eyebrows. So first we're going to go ahead and get his little eyes on, and they're going to cover, like I said, they're going to cover those eyebrows. So you don't, we're going to have to draw him some in. Dracula's eyebrows are kind of pointed, and I'm going to move the eyes in a little closer to the nose because I think he's cuter with the eyes in a little closer. Okay. I have some static going on here too. All right, so there is my little Dracula boy. And let's grab our Stampin' Right marker. We're gonna give him some eyebrows, okay? So I'm just going to first give him like a pointy eyebrow. Sorry if I'm getting my head in the camera. I apologize if I am. So I'm just gonna start with that, and then I'm gonna fill them in and kind of thicken them a little bit. Not too thick. But I just thought it would be cuter if they had a little bit of thickness to them rather than just a line. How cute is he? Oh my gosh, he's so cute. All right, so there's my Dracula. We're gonna put him off to the side, let his little eyeballs dry. And we're gonna work on attaching our boo to the bottom. That's gonna get glued directly onto our piece, so we need to get the glue flowing. I really have enjoyed working with you guys and showing you all of the cool projects. And I can't believe that today is the last day of Halloween projects. Week 4, day 7. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and glue this kind of on an angle right there. And we're gonna add our little Dracula with some dimensionals. I think 3 will be good. I'm not gonna press them onto the piece because I don't want the pieces to get stuck. So we're going to go ahead and attach those onto the final piece. So let's go ahead and take the backs off. Come on, I'm gonna have to use my nail. I'm afraid that the eyes aren't fully adhered yet. I don't want them to move on me. All right, so still some static going on here. He's so cute. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and add his little face to this side of this. And then we're also going to add some dimensionals to the back of our little, oh my goodness, I can't get them off. I want this one in a little bit more. Put one in the middle, one over here. All right. Did I get that one of them off? Yeah, that one. I don't want to mess up his eyeballs. I should have put these on one before I glued him. All right. Let's get rid of these. I don't want them to stick to my craft room floor. So we are going to add our little tag. I cannot believe the static that is going on. It's making me laugh because he looks so funny with those eyes. So static. All right, so there he goes. And the last thing that we want to attach is our glow in the dark ghosts and bats. We're going to put 2 bats on our project. So I'm going to grab this one over here. I'll put it flying on this portion. And we'll put another one on this side, flying the other way. How cute are these? I love that they glow in the dark. All right, so that's it for our project. I cannot believe that today is the final day of Halloween projects. All right. Let's make sure our ring is sitting properly. Oh, I didn't trim my ends of my ribbon. Let's do that. And let's trim this one in the back. All right, good to go. Let's bring in the products that we used again so that you guys know what it is that you'll need to make this project. You'll need Nested Essential Dies, Tricks and Treats bundle. I hope that you've enjoyed watching me put together this really fun project. I had a lot of fun with you. Thanks for being here, and I appreciate you. If you've missed any of my videos, you can catch yesterday's video, which is a Batty Booze box, up in this corner. And the week 4 playlist is down there. I do have 4 weeks from last year as well, if you need more inspiration. Thanks for being here. This is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. Happy stamping!